With glitz, glamour, and glory, Showtime was at its peak.
It was just beautiful basketball to see.
Magic Johnson on a brilliant play.
It was about setting trends.
Pat had his hair slicked back before Wall Street. I did ask for his expertise.
And winning championships.
Next year, we're going to win it again. The Lakers are the world champions.
He took Hollywood to the Big Apple.
He took an organization and changed it around, and his legacy speaks for itself.
And unleashed a warrior mentality.
He's going to go down as the greatest motivator to ever coach.
He elevated Miami to an elite franchise.
There's this image in my mind about his championship parade.
He's one of the most noticeable winners of all time.
The promises have been kept. There'll be a parade down Biscayne Boulevard.
Culminating his legendary career with one of the most prestigious honors.
You are hereby enshrined into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame.
Pat Riley, a master motivator, a winner, a Hall of Famer. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Inside the Heat. I'm Eric Reed. The Hall of Fame only enshrines the best of the best, and Pat Riley clearly fits into that category. As we continue with part 2 of this special look back at Pat Riley's life, we resume by exploring the remainder of his time with the Lakers. He built a champion and began a dynasty, something all 30 NBA teams are striving for today. But back in the 80s, it was lights, camera, and action. Showtime was on center stage.
The creation of Showtime was just a phenomenon.
Magic kind of introduced Showtime to us, but it took a coach to know how to infiltrate that.
Slammed up.
It was just beautiful basketball to see and watch and be a part of.
Magic downhill. Lays the hoop. Set. Fire. Yeah.
It was a mix of speed and quickness and chemistry, of artistry, of being smart.
It was really like poetry in motion. It was like a ballet every night. The music was blaring, the Laker girls were dancing, the celebrities were coming to the game.
Magic bounds under to Scott. Slammed up.
He had a credible group of players assembled, and he was the ringleader and the person who directed them into this enormous success that the Lakers had in a period of time.
While Pat Riley orchestrated Showtime from the bench, he simultaneously established himself as the epitome of style from the sidelines.
He is GQ Pat Riley, the coolest guy you ever want to meet.
All the son's hair was parted back, it was slicked back.
Every hair was in place. He was always well dressed.
I think he modeled himself after the character in Wall Street. It was Michael Douglas.
Pat had his hair slicked back before Wall Street, and I did ask for his expertise on how you really hold your hair back and keep it in one position.
I remember when Michael Douglas got his Academy Award, we sent a note saying it was all the hair.
I was interested in casting a movie called Tequila Sunrise. I actually wanted Pat for one of the 2 leads. If you look at the film, you'll see that the way he's dressed, the way his hair is slicked back, it's Riles.
While Riley was flattered by all the Hollywood attention, he had only one thing on his mind: bringing championships to LA. In 1984, the Lakers advanced to meet their arch rivals, the Boston Celtics, in the finals.
The principal players were Magic and Larry Bird, 2 fierce competitors.
You always knew they were going to be prepared, they're going to be mentally tough, and they're going to play a style that you wouldn't really play that night. You're going to get beat.
Going into the 1984 finals, the Lakers had never beaten the Celtics in a championship round, and once again, they lost in a dramatic 7-game series.
And in 1985 was the first year that I really felt the pressure that I had to win.
I remember Larry Bird saying the Boston Celtics are always supposed to beat the Lakers. I think that a lot of us who saw that took offense to it.
I remember one game, and it's infamous here in Los Angeles, the Boston Massacre.
And we went into Boston on Memorial Day and got destroyed. The stinging loss.
The Celtics routed the Lakers in Game 1, but LA rallied to win 4 of the next 5 games to capture the NBA championship.
We ended up beating them in 1985 on the parquet floor.
LA comes to Boston and wins the world title.
So when we beat them, we didn't only beat them for ourselves. We beat them for Pat Riley, Jerry West, and all the other Lakers who hadn't had a chance to exercise those ghosts of the Boston Garden.
Beating the Celtics, doing it on their floor, and watching the stunned looks on all their fans' faces, that'll be a tough one to ever forget.
We made the point, we took that parquet floor here, and all the skeletons are cleaned out of our cot. Yes!
In 1987, the Lakers were considered one of the best NBA teams of all time. And after they beat the Celtics in the finals, Pat Riley made a brash prediction.
And I'm guaranteeing everybody here, next year we're going to win it again.
It's okay to just breathe and enjoy the moment. You don't have to go out and make a statement. I guarantee you, we're going to be back and we're going to do this again next year, LA.
The guarantee the players didn't like because that put a lot more pressure on them.
Nobody had gone back-to-back in professional sports. Why not throw that challenge out there?
He had a plan. This wasn't something he did ad lib.
I mean, I think everybody thought it was lunacy, but when you look back on it, it was brilliant.
He said, do you want to be a part of history? Because what we've done, other teams have done that. And when he started talking like that, we got pumped, we got excited.
After winning their second straight championship in 1988, Kareem made sure that Riley would not make any more promises.
Would you like to step up here and guarantee a third straight to start this off, Coach?
Riley was so thrilled to win back-to-back titles that he even started inventing new words.
We coined the phrase three-repeat, and then he took off the re and just three-peat, and it kind of stuck.
Although Pat never got his three-peat, he ended his tenure as head coach with the Lakers in 1990, leaving with 9 division titles, 7 Western Conference crowns, 4 NBA championships, and a Coach of the Year award.
That was a tough moment for both of us because I never wanted to see him go.
When Pat left, it was the end of an important era. Those magical 80s, known as Showtime, were just something that will never be replicated, and I think Pat was a driving force of that.
We talked about some minor
In 1990, Pat Riley became a television co-host for the NBA on NBC alongside Bob Costas.
I had a great time on that show.
Coach Riley, as a broadcaster, made a bet
that Bob would beat him in a free throw contest. Well, he lost the bet. And the bet was that
Bob Costas was allowed to run his fingers through his hair and mess up his hair.
Oh, wait. Here we go. There we go.
It was kind of a nightmare for him because that is not who Pat Riley is.
Bob really helped me. I thought I got better as the season, went along, but I also knew that it was a platform for me to wait, for the next opportunity.
Pat Riley's job as a TV commentator lasted only a year. His heart never left the hardwood.
I was addicted to coaching. I missed it, and I couldn't wait to get back into it. But all I dreamt about was the Knicks job. I would run up and down Encinal Beach, giving practice, backs against the bleachers talks to Patrick Ewing and Mark Jackson and Charles Oakley. I never asked anybody about the job. I got a call from Dave Checketts. He met me at a hotel in New York and asked me if I'd be interested in the job.
Welcome to the Big Apple, Pat.
In 1991, Pat Riley moved to the Big Apple with his family to become the head coach of the New York Knicks. When Riley arrived in New York, he was respected and admired for the way he transformed the Knicks into a tough and physical, defensive-oriented team.
We were very territorial. The nature of all of those guys was very physical.
New York became a very tough defensive team. Never showed intimidation by an opponent.
You had to be ready for an all-out war out there because they played to win, they played hard, and you just had to meet their aggression.
They were no nonsense. They will knock your jock off, okay, if you come into the paint. And we got this reputation for being a dirty team. We weren't a dirty team, we were just a physical team. That's who those men were, and I love being part of it. Patrick and I formed an incredible bond. He's one of the most fierce competitors.
Rejected by Ewing.
He's a great coach, and I enjoyed playing for him. He got us right, ready to play every night, night in, night out.
Patrick was a great soldier in the fact that he followed Coach Riley.
He was such a great leader for us and set such an incredible example. That team would not have been what it was without Pat.
Pat Riley brought quality, winning basketball back to New York, and Madison Square Garden was sold out every night with fans and celebrities. In 1993, he led the Knicks to 60 wins, equaling their best regular season record, and received his second NBA Coach of the Year award.
Pat built strength in his team. He built strength physically, but he made him tough mentally as well.
And he's going to push you to the limit until you show him that you deserve to be out there on the court.
His single agenda was to win.
The following season, Riley guided the Knicks to the NBA Finals, but came up one win short in their championship quest.
It was frustrating for us, and I'm sure it was definitely frustrating for Riley because, you know, he's known as a coach that has won pretty much everywhere that he has been. And even though we won, we didn't get that ultimate goal.
To this day, one of the great disappointments that I've ever had, continue to carry with me, was for those guys and not being able to get them over the hump.
I thought that Rob was an outstanding coach. We enjoyed playing for him.
He took the organization and changed it around, got that mentality of winning, and his legacy speaks for itself.
It's my distinct pleasure and honor to introduce you to the new president and head coach of the Miami Heat, Pat Riley.
There's this image in my mind about this championship parade, and that's the only reason that I coach.
When Pat arrived, everything changed. He immediately made us relevant.
As the Heat's new president and head coach, Riley made his first bold move, acquiring Alonzo Mourning from Charlotte on November 3rd, 1995.
Coach Riley's secret was not just getting good players, but his secret was getting good players that fit his personality, and Alonzo is that.
Coach Riley had brought big changes to Miami and led his first Heat team to a terrific start, winning 11 of their first 14 games. But when he took them back to New York, his homecoming would be less than sweet. But it wasn't entirely negative.
It's just a level of respect that you have for a man that helped you so much.
I went up to him and shook his hand, I told him, hey, I wish you the best. Not tonight, but, I wish you the best.
Later that season, Riley added another vital piece to the Heat when he acquired Tim Hardaway.
I needed a new scenery, I needed new life. I was happy to be here.
And with two franchise players and a legendary coach in place, the 1996-97 Heat team had their best regular season in franchise history and their first Atlantic Division title.
It was amazing how we played the game defensively. We got the name the Road Warriors.
Riley's Road Warriors led him to his third NBA Coach of the Year award with his third team, a first in league history. That season also marked the beginning of an intense playoff rivalry with the New York Knicks that spanned 4 straight years.
I think the Knick rivalry and the Heat rivalry probably might be one of the greatest rivalries ever.
So naturally, when both teams played, tempers would get out of hand sometimes.
P.J. Brown throws Charlie Ward. Watch out. So, oh no, a three for Zoe. Oh, he hit it! He hit it! Hardaway for 3.
A fight is broken out between Mourning and Johnson.
Out in Houston. Houston ducks under. Got it! Mashburn gives it up to Weatherspoon. Weatherspoon's shot, no good. For the third straight season, New York has eliminated Miami in a deciding game.
The Knicks rivalry had given Riley his share of heartbreak, but nothing could prepare him for the summer of 2000.
Alonzo Mourning will not be playing professional basketball this season.
The diagnosis by pathology was something called focal glomerular sclerosis.
The last thing that was on my mind, or even on his mind, or we were even thinking about, was whether or not he'd ever play again.
Alonzo's battle with kidney disease was sudden, but amazingly, Zoe fought back and would return to play in late March that same season.
Oh, here he comes, Alonzo Mourning. For Zoe, look out! Dunks it home, and the Heat win!
Pat Riley had established himself as the true leader of the Miami Heat, but he was still missing one very important thing, a championship. In 2003, he would come across a player who could change that.
The Miami Heat select Dwayne Wade from Marquette University.
And after completing a competitive roster for the 03-04 season, Riley made a decision to step away from coaching.
I just believe deep down in my heart that it's time for change on the court.
Wade puts it up. It's good! Yeah, baby! Dan Van Gundy went to the rookie, and he delivered!
As team president, Pat Riley made the biggest trade in Miami Heat history in the summer of 2004.
As soon as we got Shaq, we all just believed, okay, this is a championship team now.
It was not until 2006 when Riley returned to the bench as head coach, and fate would have it, he would lead the Heat to the ultimate goal, an NBA championship, giving him his 5th ring as a head coach.
Miami has won! Miami is NBA champ!
And we had come back from some incredible odds, being down, 2-0. That's destiny. That's some fate.
And for the first time, he would experience a championship with his children.
Both of them ran down to the court, and the ushers were like knocking them away, thought they were fans, and James said, "That's my dad, that's my dad."
And they got to hug their dad first. And I think, truthfully, that's just the way it was supposed to be.
all that tension from the playoffs, it's gone. We did it.
The most memorable thing was my father telling us those championships in the past were great, but this one was the best one because I got to experience it with everyone.
Pat Riley's era of excellence as the Heat's head coach would come to an end on April 28, 2008.
Today, I am definitely sure that I don't want to do this anymore.
But he was not alone for his farewell press conference.
She snuck into the press conference and she was like right there.
It was good that I was there so I could show him, I'm here, I'm your family, I care. We were in our own little world, our own little zone, getting to walk down together.
Yeah, it was a great moment.
The Hall of Fame is, in any sport, is a recognition of the best of the best.
Pat Riley has certainly proved that he belongs with the other great coaches.
It's a true culmination of his athletic life.
To be associated with some of the great players and coaches, people he admired when he grew up, I think is an enormous honor.
This is a great moment because this is a great man on and off the court.
It isn't until you find out about it what a great honor it is and how few people have gotten into it.
On April 7th, the phone rings. And normally I don't pick it up, and I just picked it up, and it was John D'Oliva. He said, I got good news for you. And I just hung the phone up. It's a good day.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pat Riley.
I'm here, I really am, by the grace of God, for giving me the family that inspires and supports me. The players, all of them, with the Lakers and the Knicks and the Heat, the organizations and the assistant coaches and people that I've worked with, all of these people that have lifted me up.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees, it is my honor to officially declare that you are hereby enshrined as new members into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame.
I'm in the Hall of Fame, so you ain't gonna take that back.
Pat's legacy will be one of passionate, value-driven leadership.
Of course, to me, he's the greatest coach ever that there ever was.
He pours his heart and soul into the game in basketball, and everything he did was for something.
This guy loves the game like nobody else, and nobody will outwork Pat Riley.
All of his accomplishments as coaching, coaching the Lakers, coaching the Knicks, coaching the Heat. His history is set in stone.
He's built this franchise along with Mickey Arison from the bottom.
Bringing Pat in made a huge difference in making us a legitimate NBA franchise.
What he's done for the game of basketball is, he's one of the most noticeable winners of all time.
He will, rightfully so, be mentioned with the best that ever coached in the NBA. He's going to go down as the greatest motivator to ever coach.
It isn't about the rings, it's about the journey. And I think that the legacy he lives behind is the way he dealt with his men on the court.
What he did, most importantly, was he created a family where there wasn't family atmosphere.
If you notice in the rings of the championship, he has two words written in there, faith and family. That's his life.
The legacy is of a straight shooter who treated people right, got the right results.
I think he will be remembered because of the kind of man he is.
I don't have a vision of what my legacy is or what a legacy is. I understand the definition, but legacies are about succession. It's about who succeeds you, and it's about you helping them to create their own, which will maybe one day keep yours going if there is one. That's what it's about.